Today I'm going to show you a Hong Kong style pan fried noodles with shrimp and chicken. First thing I'm going to do here is prep the noodles. These noodles are raw, so we're going to boil them for about just a minute or so, and then we'll strain those out, and then I'll bring in the other ingredients and we'll get busy cooking this dish. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just boiling some water. The water's just about boiled here. I'm going to dial the temperature down, put these raw noodles in here, and cook them just for about a minute or so.
Now these noodles are the wonton noodle soup noodles. You can find these at your local Asian food market. They come in a pack with 4 little bundles of raw noodles.
I'm going to fry these in oil and get them nice and crispy. They'll be a bed for the main dish to go on top of. Alright, so that's just about the way we like them here. What I'm going to do now is strain them out, set them aside, and get ready to cook the rest of the meal. Okay, over on this table you can see all the ingredients here. I have chicken stock. We're using garlic, fresh ginger, cooking wine, sesame oil. We have a little bit of white pepper here. I have some sugar, salt, and then the cornstarch to thicken up the dish at the end. For the ingredients here we have these shrimp, 7190s is the size, some stripped chicken breasts. These are the boiled noodles. What I'm going to do now is fry the noodles, and then the vegetables for the dish. We have baby bok choy, some carrot strips, green and red pepper strips. Alright, so I'm going to get busy here, show you how this dish is done. Enjoy it. I know we will.
The first thing I'm going to do here is add some oil to the wok. The oil I like to use is a soybean oil. The soybean oil has a high temperature smoke point, about 420 degrees before it starts smoking. So I like to use this oil for that reason. So we're going to bring it up to temperature here. Now I'm going to drop a noodle in here to make sure the temperature is correct for frying the noodles. Now that I got the temperature right, as we put these noodles in, you have to be very careful not to get your fingers involved with the noodles in the oil. So carefully put them in. What we're going to do is fry the noodles, and I'll roll them over one time. Get them a nice crispy texture. So now that we've taken the noodles out, I'm going to strain out most of the oil, but I'm going to keep some oil in here to cook the chicken and the shrimp. Now, as you can see, the cooking of the chicken and shrimp didn't take very long at all. So we'll dump the rest of the oil out through the noodles, and then I'll sit there and strain. And then what we'll do here is start to assemble the sauce. We'll add our garlic, cooking wine, and the fresh chopped ginger. And now we'll put our vegetables in, and just do a light toss with the vegetables. Now this dish we're going to make very saucy. The texture between the fried noodles and the sauce soaking into the noodles at the end is a very, very delightful treat. So I'm going to use about 4 ladle spoonfuls of the chicken stock. So once we've got the amount of sauce that we want to do, we're going to season it up, and you'll want to do this to taste. I'm going to use a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, preparing our noodles, putting the fried noodles on the plate. The cornstarch mixture that I use, I like to get the cornstarch to a creamy consistency. So I will use about, for one dish, I'll use about 2 heaping tablespoons of cornstarch, and then I'll add water, mix it up, and make sure that the cornstarch has a nice creamy texture to it. That way, when I go to thicken up the dish at the end, it doesn't require a lot of cornstarch. Now, once I've achieved the texture in the sauce that I like, I'll just finish it off with a splash of the sesame oil. And here we're just putting the main dish on top of the bed of noodles.
And here is your Hong Kong style pan-fried noodles.